We understand that if we have an experience with something, it stays with us much longer than if we just hear it. You know, the child that was about to stick a fork into an outlet on the wall, and the mom cries out and says, "Oh no, don't do that." But as soon as she has her back turned and is off in a different direction in a different room, all of a sudden the child squeals. And there he stands or sits or whatever, crying with a fork next to him on the floor next to an outlet. Now, all of a sudden, those words went from just being something that the child heard to having a message with the words. All of a sudden, that there was a message coming through that outlet that taught the child that there's something far more to this outlet than just mom saying I shouldn't shove a fork in it or a knife in it or whatever it is, right? That's the principle of life. Far too often we just hear things and then it's just hearsay. That's probably a good idea, but it's probably nothing more than just somebody's idea. But when we have an experience with something, all of a sudden it stays with us much longer and much easier to implement it and get good benefits from it. Scripture is very clear to tell you that that who we connect ourselves with determines the outcome we have. And so we're connected to people that are gossipers and simply complaining about everything that's going on in life. Ultimately, it affects us. And there's times where I really must be careful and pray that God would just protect me, because my job is serving people and helping people. There is no doubt I encounter a lot of complainers, because people first start complaining before they understand that they don't have to complain. They can take ownership of their situation, and sometimes we want things to happen immediately. We want a McDonald's effect. We want a microwave effect. We want to put something in the microwave. We want it to come out 2 days later, and well, maybe 2 minutes later, right? Whatever. We want it to be immediate, and then we want the same thing in our life, because we grow up in an era of instant gratification. You know, we used to have the old internet, and your computer would sit there and buffer for a while before it would draw up the thing that you wanted. Today we have 5G. It's instant. You click on it, it's instantaneously, it has downloaded itself. We have conditioned ourselves and programmed our minds to not wait. That I want something, I want it now, I don't want it tomorrow, I don't want to have to grow for it, I don't want to have to develop myself into the person that can actually get it. I want to speak the word, I want it now. But see, it's different for us. We have Christ in us, but we are not. We cannot, in many cases, just speak it, and it happens for us in that moment. You know, Jesus needed money to pay for. I love it when people talk about he was so poor. You know, he was the richest man on earth. I like it when people refer to him. It's great poverty, because he had no house, he had nothing, you know, right, so to speak, but yet he had everything. He needed money to pay taxes. He told his disciples to go down and catch a fish, and in the fish's mouth would be a coin. They could take that to pay taxes with. See, when he had need of money, he just spoke it. It was there. They had to do some work for it, but it was there. They had to go catch a fish, and it was there. It was immediate. It was when he needed it. But see, he had the ability to not ask for it unless he needed it. See, that's different for us. Many of us, if we were given that strength to just speak it and it was there, we would abuse that strength. The enemy would come in and recognize the gift that we have and go ahead and use it against us and destroy our life, maybe destroy everything that we're connected to. So therefore, we must grow ourselves. We must become a better version of who we are. We must develop ourselves in such a way that we become the type of person that can handle what is rightfully given to them. You see, most of us don't even take care of the gift we were given. We were given the gift of time. And that is probably the most highest valued gift that was given to mankind, and the most wasted gift that any man or any person has ever wasted was the gift of time. We waste it scrolling aimlessly through social media, or we waste it in phone calls that are filled with unproductive conversations wrapped around gossip and wrapped around problems that we're not seeking a solution for, but rather just want somebody to hear that we have a problem. And So we waste that time in many, many, many different ways. You already know where you're wasting that time. It's a gift given to mankind. It's the most valued gift that is most wasted. I'm not saying it's the most valued gift that was given to mankind, but I'm saying it's the most valued gift that is most wasted. Because we often do not use it where it can give us the most return on investment. I must be very careful because time never seems to be enough for the things that I desire to do. So I must be very careful how I use that time and in what area and what comes out of the usage of the time that was given to me. The enemy knows my weaknesses very well. He knows when I'm using time in an unproductive way. He knows when I should be doing something, but he tempts me with something else. You ever been tempted with a shiny object? Don't think I don't get tempted with that too. Yes, I have been able to lay down many shiny objects, but there's still, as we grow and develop and we get to new levels, and new levels of influence, new levels of financial increase and things that might happen. Maybe there was investments that have been done many years ago, and all of a sudden they're exploding. Your finances are just at a different level, right? And so there's temptations that come with that. There's shiny objects that come with that temptation. There's always an opportunity for us to constantly be aware and be mindful of what we are investing our time in, because again, time is the most valued commodity that was given to mankind and the most wasted commodity that man has ever wasted. As I'm challenging us all to be productive today and to make good choices, and yes, maybe we would like to go play that game. Maybe we would like to go spend some time somewhere and spend some money doing it. I'm going to tell you, invest in yourself for quite some time. Stay the course, stay in the groove, stay in the trenches. Do what you need to do, because ultimately when that comes back, it comes back tenfold. And as Scripture says, not by the same measure, but shaken together and running over. So meaning that if you can be strong in the moments that weakness wants to take us over, ultimately there's a return on investment. If in that moment you still make a good choice with your time now has a seed at the point that you were at your weakest is probably when the soil was at its most fertile condition, which means the seed is going to grow. It's going to bring a great return on investment of what you have sown, what you have planted. But it's in those moments that we oftentimes fall short and we sow a seed that we really don't want the return on investment for. When I look back on my life and I look at even yesterday, the moments that I have wasted time, like, do I really want the investment of the waste that I've given, the seeds that I've sown in that wasted time? No, there are some things that I've sown yesterday that I don't want a return on investment for. I'm grateful for God's grace and mercy. That one is He doesn't give us what we deserve, and the other one means He gives us what we don't deserve. I'm grateful for that, because if it wasn't for that, I can't imagine what my life would look like with all the negative seeds that I've sown in my life, all the things that I've said, the things that I've done, the times where I've not kept my composure, the times where I've allowed myself to step into that shiny object and do that. I don't want the return on investment for what the shiny object had to offer. But I'm grateful for a God that allows us to continue moving forward and recognizing our mistakes and learning from it. You see, every mistake that we learn from is also a seed sown that brings back a return on investment. You see, when the enemy distracts us, derails us, gets us to lose our temper, gets us to do something stupid, gets us to commit something we should not have committed, but then we learn from it, and then he still loses, because the thing we have learned is another seed sown on the positive side, a seed that will bring forth good harvest, good return on investment. He brings back something in your life that you desire. Guys, if it wasn't the fact that we needed to grow, we needed to develop, life could be so much easier, right? Not exactly, because we would never respect, honor and appreciate the good things in our life. But when we have to grow ourselves, we have to develop ourselves. It's not just given to us. We have to work hard for it. We have to put in long days sometimes, and sometimes we have to give up some of the things some of the luxuries that we want, just to be able to make good choices for the moment. But when that comes back, not only does it come back in a measure beyond our understanding, shaken together and running over, but we are then developed to the person that can handle it. I invite you to come to one of our first and second level events. You will absolutely love those, enjoy it, and it'll help you develop your mind and your skill set to be productive with everything that you do, including your family time. Many people think they should have more family time. I believe most people don't need more family time. They need quality family time. However, that fluctuates and varies with every person. I'm not here to tell you how much is right for you, what isn't right. I do know, however, that quality is always right for every person. With that being said, guys, thank you all for joining us today. Make it a great day. And for those of you that will be seeing the next couple of days, I'm excited to meet you there again. And some of you guys I know I'll be meeting tonight. Looking forward to that as well. I want to just say God bless you guys. And do me a favor, don't ever settle for less than who you are. May God bless you.